Winner, Paul Wright.
Why not give it a try? This is a good little move, you know. He's opened up a nice little gap. Still into a little bit of a headwind.
Factor Racing remain at the front of this bike race. And earpiece are dangling. He doesn't need any focus, or he doesn't need any encouragement for the team car right now. Why not have a cut here? It's their best shot. They do have Adam Bradats, who was a fine 11th across the line on day one, who's definitely an option for the Factor squad. Can get in amongst the World Tour teams here. So they have sort of a double scenario here, and they're forcing a chase, albeit the main teams and the big World Tour squads are really just lining up in the traditional format, and they're going to rely on the momentum necessary to maintain a position at the front of the bunch to close down that lone attacker. 3 and a bit kilometers remaining. Other teams trying to move their way up on the left and right, some coming up the middle. One of the riders we haven't mentioned too much, Manuel Peñalba from the Team Polti Visit Malta squad. They're also trying to move their man into position close to the front. Everybody wants a little bit of the Lidl Trek lead out train. Maybe the Jaco Alula one as well will probably be the one that gets the most focus. It's the perhaps, well, I think almost certainly the strongest lead out combination in the race, and they've got a man in great form, Dylan Groenewegen. 2.5 to go.
Yeah, they certainly have 2.5 to go. Once they pass through 2 kilometres, they go 2 kilometres to go. They continue straight. Then the road meanders to the right, and then with about 1,600 metres to go, we've got that very acute left-hand bend, which takes us ultimately through the Flamme Rouge and into the finish. But they won't get sighted to the finish line until about 500, 550 metres to go.
Across the bridge and onto Ormuz. Is down the back of the peloton. They're having to make effort just to stay in the wheels, and for the most part it's into a headwind. I'll give you a sense of just how fast and demanding this is. As Jaco Alula barring victorious Lidl Trek, big name teams, the World Tour squads gravitating towards the front. That's not a surprise. UAE Team Emirates as well involved in that one. The big watts really starting to come into play, and we're piling down into this hairpin that is this significant moment, and it's Jaco Alula that commands the front of the peloton.
Yeah, good riding. Then they'll pick up a little bit of a tail crosswind here, so the wind coming over their shoulder. So what they'll do, they'll pin it on the left-hand side, forcing riders into the wind. So great riding here by Jaco Alula. They've read the book. They know exactly what they need to do, and they're piling on the power at the front. I'm trying to see where Dylan Groenewegen is. I can't actually see him at the moment. Is he a couple of riders back, or certainly tucked in because the 15th back? So he's decided to maybe drop onto the wheel or near to Juan Sebastian Milano. So isn't with his lead out at the moment.
Yeah, look, just managed to catch that Dutch national champions kit. Fascinating, isn't he? He's got almost his entire team on the front at the moment, but he's made a different decision, and he's going to try and pick up from the lead-out train of, is it Phil Bauhaus or will it be Juan Sebastian Milano? Well, they're jockeying for position, moving left and right into the overheads and into the final 500 metres, and Dylan Groenewegen just latching on to his lead-out train and taking the cue from the UAE Team Emirates. He's got 2 in front into the closing stages. They wind their way around and into the conclusion, and here comes Dylan Groenewegen. He's going to have the advantage of the UAE Team Emirates to lead him out to glory to get today. Tim Teutenberg and Juan Sebastian Milano also in the mix here, but will Juan Sebastian Milano manage to get there? Will it be Dylan Groenewegen? They're side by side, shoulder to shoulder, all the way to the line. Bauhaus coming with a run, but no, denied. Dylan Groenewegen, a second victory in 3 days. It's a record equaling 7th success in the Tour of Slovenia, and it's Dylan Groenewegen that takes glory on stage 3.
Made the right decision, didn't they? Just held back a little bit. 3 of the strongest sprinters in the race, side by side in the finale. But once this man found that space and opened it up, there was never really in doubt. Milano looked good on the left. Teutenberg also delivering a very strong sprint. I think he got it by around half a length in the end, but a great job by Team Jaco Alula to put him in the right position. And he held off, laid off just for the right time, especially with that tailwind finish as well. There's a benefit to just opening up and going a little bit longer, given the speed that you're carrying. But a superb sprint, a well-measured day, a superb ride by us.